one thing on a more personal note. So obviously you are in almost like solitude for 26 days when you're out there. So what is one thing that you would say you learned about yourself as a person being on the island?
I felt like I knew I was strong physically, and I knew that I would be able to adapt to most relationships. I'm not like the friendliest human being. I'm like a fun and in your face for a second, and I think I'm a joy to be around. But I don't create like the deep, meaningful relationships, and I think that's because I'm a flight attendant. It's just brief. I make you feel great on this flight, but then the flight's done, and never see you again. And so, for me to
Yeah.
see that I could actually make some deeper relationships out there, and that
Mhm.
I could tough it, because I don't go camping without my iPad. I don't go skiing without a chair to sit down on that I keep on my
hmm
backpack. Like, I like a break, I like a nap, and I like to be
Uh-huh.
inside. And so
Yeah.
for me to see that by the end of my game, I was miserable being at Ponderosa, not only for losing, but because I
hmm
wanted to be sleeping on the beach. I
For
wanted to be
sure.
back on the bamboo, and to see that I was able to be this tough person I always wanted to be. That was a
hmm
very amazing moment for me, like a
Yeah.
really big realization.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on Erica's victory? I think as a viewer, she definitely was maybe unexpected if you look at it earlier in the season, but then it seemed almost unanimous there at the end. So kind of walk me through that.
It's really tricky. As a friend to Erica and knowing the awesome person that she is, I'm thrilled for her. And I think on a relationships level, she deserved the win of that final three. Uh,
hmm
it is, I can see how it can be difficult to understand with the way she's edited, because they left out a lot of her relationship stuff. I do
hmm
feel they showed all of her moves,
hmm
but the closeness of her and Heather, the other duo in the game that was a massive force, like Shannon, myself, I
Right.
think it left something desired, not getting to see how that duo really made it to the end.
hmm
But for me, in real time, actually being there, I defended her tooth and nail at that final tribal council. I wanted her to win of those three. And
Yeah.
so it's not surprising for me. And I'm very, very happy for her. I can't imagine not thinking that she deserved it of the final three, with how much I was
hmm
really fighting for her that day.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I do think she was a great winner, definitely a dark horse. I think you all described her so well in that final tribal council. So one of my final questions I want to ask you, for those who are interested in potentially being on Survivor, what's some advice that you would share with them?
I think it depends on if you're talking audition wise or just preparing for the game in general. For the audition, I would say the biggest advice is when you're making your audition tape, think of it as showing a tape to somebody who has never seen Survivor. And you just want
Hmm.
them to like you. You don't want a Survivor super fan
hmm
to think that you're going to be good at Survivor. You just want them to like you and for your
hmm
personality to be able to shine on any TV show.
hmm
That's what I would say is the most important, because I want you to be able to fall in love with me whether you like Survivor or not.
Right.
And that's the biggest tip I have. And actually preparing for the game, I would say don't overthink past players' stories. You have no idea what
Mm.
to expect out there. You have no idea what's going to come. And at the end of the day, you can't control people. People are
hmm
going to be unpredictable and difficult to work with. And by coming in and saying, I'm going to play exactly like this person, or I'm going to do this move after this move, that you really can't plan for if that's going to pan out. The best thing you can do is put yourself in a safer position.
hmm
And that's where I failed. I think I did all the right stuff, but did I pause and think, how could I be in a better position? I more was in a driver's seat of controlling people. And it just happened to work out for
hmm
me pretty long term. But then when I
Yeah.
got to the literal last day, I realized, oh, I controlled everyone, but I like, look what I've done. I'm in a position where nobody is stronger than me. Who are they going
Yeah.
to gun for now? There's only me. So
Right.
that was a tough realization. And it took me months to really understand that. But I'm very
hmm
proud of the mental place I'm in now, because
Yeah.
it was tough.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, I think that's like so important from this show too, is like being able to go back and look at things you did and what you can learn from it moving forward, you know. Um, okay, so my final question, and this is something I've been thinking about all day long. If Survivor does Second Chances or another version of All Stars, would you come back and play again?
I absolutely would. Survivor is a very genuine passion for me. I love talking about Survivor. I love watching it. I mean, I even do a podcast like breaking down every episode of Australian Survivor right now, which had the finale last night. Super fun. Like, I am truly obsessed with the show.
Mm-hmm.
And to get an opportunity to take all the knowledge I possess of actually being there, along with really good senses that got me far in the first place, I would love to see if I can do it again, and not have a worse journey a second time. You don't want to go out and then do worse.
Yeah.
Which, if it's a second chance season, that's going to happen for a lot of people. But yeah, I absolutely would say yes. And I'm waiting for my call, Jeffrey. I'm waiting for my call. I'll answer block calls. I'll answer anything from LA. I'll do it.
Love that. Absolutely. And I think I can speak for myself and many people that we would all love to see you back on the show because you played such a good game.